This is the story of a dog named Hero. Hero was not born strong and brave. He was born weak, abandoned, and left on the side of a cold road. A passing truck driver saw him shivering in the winter wind. He lifted the tiny pup in his arms and placed him inside his jacket to keep him warm. That driver was named Yusuf. From that moment, a bond began that would grow deeper than most people could ever imagine. Yusuf took Hero to his small home on the edge of the city. The house was old, but filled with warmth. Every morning, Hero followed Yusuf everywhere. Hero would jump around him as he prepared for work and wag his tail with pure happiness. He did not need anything fancy. For him, love was enough. Yusuf worked long hours delivering goods across faraway towns. Sometimes he returned late at night, but no matter how late he came back, Hero waited outside the gate. Rain, wind, cold, heat. Hero never missed a single night. As months passed, Hero grew stronger. His legs became powerful, his senses sharp. He could hear footsteps before they became visible. He could sense danger before humans could understand it. But what grew the most was his love and loyalty for Yusuf. One evening, Yusuf suddenly fell sick. His breathing became heavy and he collapsed in the yard. Hero panicked. He circled around him, barking loudly. The neighbors heard the cries and rushed out. They took Yusuf to the hospital, and Hero ran behind the vehicle until his paws hurt. Doctors said he survived because he was found in time. If Hero had not cried for help, Yusuf could have died alone that night. Days turned into weeks. Hero stayed outside the hospital door without eating properly. Nurses tried to push him away, but he refused to move. He lay there looking at every person coming out, hoping it would be Yusuf. People began calling him the dog with a waiting heart. When Yusuf finally returned home, Hero cried like a child. He jumped into his lap and pressed his face against his chest. That night, Hero did not sleep. He kept his head on Yusuf's feet, as if guarding him from all dangers. But life had something even bigger planned for Hero. Something that would test the limits of courage, love, and sacrifice. One early morning, Yusuf left for a long delivery trip. Hero wanted to follow, but Yusuf gently touched his head and said, "Stay home. I will be back." Hero watched him leave. Hours passed, then the sky turned dark. Storm clouds gathered and winds became strong. Hero felt uneasy. Something was wrong. He paced back and forth, whining softly. He looked at the road again and again, waiting for Yusuf. Suddenly, distant sirens echoed through the village. People stepped out of their homes, confused. A boy ran from the bus stop shouting, "There has been an accident on the highway. A truck has fallen off the cliff." Hero heard this, and something inside him broke. He sprinted towards the highway as fast as his legs could carry him. Rain hit his face. Wind pushed him back, but he kept running. His heart knew where to go. When Hero reached the accident site, people were standing far away. The slope was steep and dangerous. The truck lay deep below, crushed between rocks. No one dared to climb down. Rescue teams had not arrived yet. Hero looked at the crowd, then at the cliff. His body trembled, but his love was stronger than his fear. He leaped forward, sliding down the wet mud. Stones cut his legs, branches hit his sides, but he kept moving. When Hero reached the truck, he found Yusuf inside, unconscious, trapped between metal and glass. Hero cried loudly and began pulling at Yusuf's shirt, trying to wake him. Rainwater was flooding the cabin. Every second mattered. Hero squeezed through a broken window and tugged at Yusuf with all his strength. He dragged him inch by inch out of the wreck. His paws slipped, his body shook, but he did not stop. People above saw the brave dog fighting alone. They shouted encouragement, tried to guide him. But Hero was already doing more than any human there. Finally, Hero managed to pull Yusuf out of the truck. But the climb back up was impossible. The slope was slippery. The mud was too soft. Hero stood in front of Yusuf, barking loudly for help. Then a rope came down from above. Rescue teams had finally arrived. Guided by Hero's barking, they located Yusuf and lifted him to safety. Hero tried to climb, but he slipped again and again. A rescuer came down, tied a cloth around Hero's body and lifted him too. When Hero reached the top, he collapsed. He was exhausted, but when he saw Yusuf breathing, he wagged his tail weakly. He had done what no one else could do. Yusuf survived the accident. Doctors said that if Hero had not reached him, he would have died in the rain at the bottom of the cliff. Hero became a legend, newspapers wrote about him. People called him the guardian dog, but Hero did not care about fame. He only cared that Yusuf was alive. Months later, when Yusuf recovered, the two returned home together. Hero walked beside him with pride. Villagers stood outside clapping as they passed, because they all knew Hero was not just a dog. He was love, courage, loyalty, and sacrifice in one heart. Hero lived long, and every day he showed the world that real love does not need words, real loyalty does not need promises, and real heroes do not need capes. They walk on four paws and give their life for the ones they love. Hero became the symbol of hope. Schools invited Yusuf to share the story. Children learned that loyalty is the greatest strength and kindness can save lives. And even after many years, whenever someone passed that highway cliff, they remembered the day a brave dog named Hero jumped into danger to save the only person who ever saved him. And that memory kept Hero alive forever in every heart.